Hey, Colab Coach here yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. So, if you don't know who I am a relationship coach that focuses on relationships, but not only intimate relationships, relationships with your friends, families, neighbors, co-workers, and the most important relationship of all, with yourself. So, as I said on my Facebook page, follow my Facebook page, by the way, at Colab Coaching, and Instagram at Colab Coaching. Um, I'm going to be doing a Q&A session with someone different every week, talking about different topics, different things that we are currently going through, some things we overcame, some things that we haven't shared before in our lives as far as relationships. So I have the beautiful Vanessa here with me, and we are going to talk about how it's like being single in this generation. She's a single female. If you want to slide in her DMs, that's up to y'all. I have nothing to do with that. She's my cousin, so I do have to check and see who is actually sliding her DMs, but she's very much single. So I just wanted to go ahead and ask, how is it like being single in this day and age?
Hey everyone, I'm Vanessa. Hey, coming live, coming live. Never been live. I'm sorry, I'm just playing with y'all. So if y'all see me looking over, I'm also recording on my own phone. So, just in case, you can catch me at Vanessa Affle. It's pretty simple. AFFUL. Yes, that's me. All right, so back on topic. We're talking about, like you said, I don't know if my phone heard. We're talking about being single in these times and what that looks like to me. Disclaimer, I'm a different type of person. I am not normal. I don't even know what normal is, but I am not the usual. So, I'm just a little bit different. And so I guess I'll go into that. For me, like being single, it's not a problem for me actually. I don't know if other people have like problems with that, have issues with that, but it's definitely not a problem for me. Why? Maybe I've been single for a minute. I don't really rush into relationships. I'm not that person. Okay. So I can talk to people. We could talk for a minute. And not because, some people would say like, why are you talking so long? If you guys are talking, maybe that it's not going anywhere. But for me, like when we say girlfriend, boyfriend, like I feel like then it's serious. We got titles out here. People have to meet you and people know like this is my boyfriend. So then it's like, oh hey, like you're meeting people as someone's, significant other. And so for me, I just feel like, before we even get to that point, before we're there, let's just, let me make sure I really like you for real. Before we, because once they're gone, people will ask about them. Oh, what happened to so and so, X, Y, and Z? And I'm looking like, who is that? But not even like that. So for me, I guess like, I talk to people, I make sure I take my time, I really get to know a person, like, because I feel like, once we're at that stage, boyfriend and girlfriend, like, I feel like it's gonna awkward. I feel like it's gonna be it's gonna be a relationship and people will know. So I like to take my time, before I actually rush into relationships. And so, being single, it's where I am and I'm okay with that.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being single out here in these streets, as she said. So as far as relationships, what is your take on relationships? Are you kind of afraid of stepping into a relationship? Do you feel like you're not ready for a relationship? Or is something that you're not really something that there's no pressure on you to do in a relationship? Sometimes we have friends, families, neighbors telling you, oh, you need to get married, especially in your 20s. This is the time to get married and stuff like that. So what do you feel like as far as like the idea of relationships for you at this moment?
I'm not afraid of relationships. Definitely not. I am a child of God. I'm not afraid of anything. But no, I'm just playing with y'all. But no, I'm not afraid of relationships. I just feel like I haven't met anyone or people who are trying to talk to me, the people who do approach, the people that maybe I approach, like, it's just, we never make it there. And I am okay with that. Like, I'm happy to see that, someone is not the one for me or someone's not right for me. I'm happy to see this ahead of time, to know these things so that no time is wasted, no feelings are hurt, and so that nobody's hurt in this situation. You can easily continue to move on. You can easily continue to move on with your life. So that's just where I am. But it was a two-part question. What else did you say?
What do you see as a relationship? What's your ideal relationship? If you were to be in a relationship, or you meet that good person and the person's like, I like you, and you like, oh, okay, I like him too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect in a relationship? What is the kind of things that you look out for? Some things that are kind of like things that you kind of stray away from.
Mm-hmm.
What does a relationship look like for you?
Communication. So big on communication. I feel like 2018, we're almost in 2019, and people don't know how to communicate. And I think communication looks so different from person to person. Because more for an example, I was talking to this guy not too long ago, and our ideas of communication is totally different. Like in his eyes, whereas he felt like he was communicating, in my eyes, I'm like, you're not. Because, and that's just an example, but I guess I didn't really get the example. So, for example, let's say you fall asleep, right? And you were texting someone or you were expecting someone to call, things like that, right? Then they don't. Everybody can understand you fell asleep.
Yeah.
But the next day, the energy that you have, I think that's where it comes, that's where it's important. Especially if you're telling someone that you care for them, especially if you're telling someone that, you're trying to, someone that you want to be with, I just think it looks different communication wise when, what does it look like the next day? And so the interactions after that. So for me, I think communication is really big. I would expect I don't believe anything. I know we can never be perfect. And if you keep striving for perfect, you can strive for excellence, but perfect, I don't use that word. But, just being thoughtful, being kind, respectful. Those are some things, God fearing. Those are some things that I expect in relationships. And so, I don't know. I'm an easy go. I'm chill. I like to think. I think I like attention. But, who doesn't like attention out here? Who does not like attention? So I'm that attention seeker. I won't lie. But as long as we're communicating, communication is big for me, and that's just something that I believe in. Communication.
Awesome. That's a good response. So, I, I guess the one last question I want to ask. I want to go a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a list, and what's that list look like?
Do you have a list? Let me come to my phone. No, no, yeah, I don't have a list just sitting there waiting to drop the moment, I meet someone. Oh, let me make sure that he's, 6'4", da da da. No, 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 no. I'm not one of those people with a list, but honestly, I feel like we all have a list, right? And look, I'm contradicting myself. I feel like deep down inside, we all have a list. We have things that we're looking for, but it's more of like just those character traits, and once you start to talk to someone, once you start to get to know a person, I think then you start to see, you start to either notice the things that you're looking for or you start to notice the things you don't want in your life. I think that that's something that dating in 2018 or talking to people in 2018 has taught me, is the things that you thought you liked. Like sometimes you're like, I want attention. Then you get a person who's like, giving you a lot of attention and you're like, oh, no. You're a little wild for me.
Yeah.
Or, so I think that that's something, like, I think talking to people, getting to know people, I think it really shows you, teaches you, like, the things that you think you want, you may, once it starts to come, you're like, right. Whoa, I thought I wanted this.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't. Maybe this looks, it looks very, very different from person to person. So, for me, I would say that I don't have a list, but maybe I do have a list. But it's just not like a straight out list. I mean, I want the things that everybody wants. I want a great communicator. I want someone who's respectful, God fearing, and not just like, oh yeah, I believe in God, have a relationship with God because that's important. Hey girl, because that's important. And so, being kind, respectful, I don't know, the same things, y'all. I'm an easy go. I'm chill. When it comes, look, I'm chill, but I'm single. Why? No, but yeah, I'm so funny. But I don't know. I'm chill. Relationships to me, I'm not in a rush for it. I'm not out here looking for it. Like every dude I meet, like, ooh, he would be good boyfriend material. Like I'm not like that. But I just out here looking. I'm observing from afar. That's what I learned. Observe from afar. Yep. That's it. You gotta observe from afar. But yeah, no.
Awesome. I think that's really good wisdom that you're passing on to the people that are single out here in these streets. So I think the one last thing I would say before we end this live is, what advice can you give to a person that's single or just became single, maybe they've been in a relationship for a while, or someone that's been single that may be thinking about getting a relationship. From your perspective, what advice would you give to a person that's just like yourself, single in the moment, looking, but at the same time, maybe want to be in a relationship as well?
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you give to that person?
So first, I guess I would say that my status is the happy single. Because there's so many different types of singles. There's a lonely single. There's the, looking for a man single. I'm just a chill, have joy single. And so for me, I'm happy where I am. I'm happy with whatever comes. Not whatever, but I'm happy with what comes, what situation comes. And I can try, make the most out of, what I have. And so my advice for those who are the happy single, keep going. Like, this is the best time to get to know you. I guess it's for all the singles, right? Just this is the best time to get to know you. Maybe this is the best time for you to grow in your relationship with God. Definitely just get more confident in who you are so that once you meet someone, it's not like you're compromising your standards for anyone. You're not sitting here trying to figure out, why don't they like me more, or why don't I get all these things that other people get out of their relationship? Because, once you're in a relationship, that's you and another person really trying to get to know each other. And maybe you'll end up being together forever. You never know. So be intentional out here when you're dating. That's what I would say. You've been single maybe for so long. Like, don't just rush into a relationship. Definitely be intentional, because what would have been the point for you to have been single for so long and then jump into a relationship just for it to hurt you? Like, you started off up here, got in a relationship, and then next minute you feel like, wow, I'm starting all over. So I feel like you wouldn't want to, that's my opinion, you wouldn't want to get to know yourself, really learn who you are, become so confident in yourself, and then throw it away once you meet someone and start to compromise your standards. So, get to know who you are, get to love yourself. Self-confidence is everything, or self-love. That's what I meant. Self-love is everything. Yeah. 2019, I think that should be the theme, self-love, because that'll definitely, help get you farther in life, in love, and everything. Self-love.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Self-love is very important, because if you don't love yourself, how can you expect to love somebody else? So, especially if you don't know what that love looks like for you, because love is beautiful, but at the same time, it looks different for everybody else. So, just to give you reiteration, I am the Collab coach. I focus on relationships, but not only intimate relationships with your friends, families, neighbors, co-workers, and the most important relationship of all, with yourself. I am a relationship coach. If you feel like you are single and you're going through it, you're having difficult times, you're having a difficult season where you feel like you need someone to talk to, message me. If you feel like you know someone who is going through a difficult time being single, message me. If you want to share this with anybody who you think might watch it, even though they're kind of like oblivious to what they're going through and they think that everything's good, but you can see something's going wrong with them, message me. So, and share this with anybody, and I mean anybody you come in contact with. So follow me on Facebook, Colab Coaching. Follow me on Instagram at Colab Coaching. And until next time, next week we'll have somebody else different, talking about different concepts. We might have Vanessa here again, talking about a different concept. You never know.
Y'all want me back already?
But yeah, until then, have a wonderful day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Bye.
All right, y'all. We're signing out. First time. Facebook Live. I don't know how I feel about it.
You killed it.